I was very shy, very timid. Basketball, still my favorite sport. They didn't want me that year. I went to the audition the day after, but they didn't get me that year. Initially, dahil gusto ko mag-doktor. Memorable siya sa akin to overcome fear.
This once timid kid didn't just grow up, he grew into the game. Today, everybody knows Martin Javier as a seasoned host and sportscaster. Looking back, Martin admits that the career in front of the camera was not what he had imagined as a kid.
Classmates used to tease me na meron akong sariling mundo. But I was very shy, very timid. I was very studious. Yun yung naging personality ko. And I really never thought I'd be, on TV because of my personality. You put me in a group of people, it'll take me maybe a day to speak to them.
He eventually found his rhythm and passion in sports, more specifically, in basketball. His father was his #1 fan and his toughest coach.
I started watching basketball when I was 9 years old. And ever since then, the love for sports grew. So I started watching different leagues, NBA, collegiate leagues in the Philippines, professional leagues in the Philippines, and then I started getting interested in different sports as well. Basketball is still my favorite sport. My favorite team is the LA Lakers, and I've been watching since 2001. I think the finals, Lakers, Sixers, up until now. I used to be more like super immersed. I used to every day, literally the first thing I would do in the morning, visit the NBA website, check out the highlights, what happened today, sino yung nanalo dito sa game na to, ganun. And when I turned on the TV, I would immediately switch to the sports channels. My initial influence actually was my dad. He's not a basketball player, but he just introduced me to the Lakers and the NBA. Sabi niya, you can watch this. And then I started watching. I started idolizing players when I started recognizing them as well and how they play and, which player resonates with me. My initial idol was a shooter, Paige Stojakovic. Eventually, since I'm a Laker fan, I became a Kobe fan. And when he died, it was a very emotional, I guess, month. It was a cry fest that week, but the whole month when he died was, it was sad.
But Martin's journey wasn't a smooth play-by-play, so to speak.
My journey has been a series of important rejections and pivotal moments. I took up broadcast communication when I was in UP, but I didn't know this was possible for me until I auditioned and got into the mixed media research in 2011. So that was my first intro to television. And then after that, I got into radio. I was a student DJ. And then I auditioned for Courtside the first time in my senior year of college. They didn't want me that year. Got into advertising for a little bit. I was used to work for an advertising agency, and then I did social media work 2016. So I went back again. So I emailed the producer. I was like, can I audition again, even though, I'm not a student anymore? I went to the audition the day after, but they didn't get me that year. Almost a year after, got a call that I was included already in the roster, and that was for the NCAA. I got in, that was my first stint.
What is up, Upfront fans? We are
So get me to another opportunity, which was Upfront at the UAP. It was a lifestyle show for the athletes. And then pandemic hit, shutdown happened, the NCAA went to GMA, and that's how I got launched. I didn't know that it was going to be that big a deal. It was in the news. I got launched as a host and as a sportscaster. We launched the program, and then a couple of seasons after, na-introduce ako sa 24 Oras as a game changer host.
One of his most memorable segments for Game Changer helped him conquer his fears.
3, 2, 1, bounce away!
The plunge. It was like a 94 feet free fall. Memorable siya sa akin kasi it helped me to overcome fear for those kinds of activities. Kasi ano talaga siya, wala akong hilig dun dati. Even roller coasters, I would get scared. I would free dive for the first time, scuba diving for the first time. I did kiteboarding, windsurfing, ganun.
Well, he may be living his dream now, but in another universe, what would Martin Javier be?
Initially, dati gusto ko mag-doktor pero hindi ko na rin yan pinurso.
Mga kapuso!
Pwede siguro showbiz, maybe a different type of hosting since doon na ako nalinya. And maybe performing still at a certain extent. Pero kung totally wala yung television and entertainment, diba ako? Either advertising or corporate o lawyer. Ayaw kasing limitahan yung pwede kong magawa pa, pwede kong gawin. Because I think I can expand my expertise or my hosting.
Tara, let's change the game!
For Martin, staying in top form is crucial. He believes it's essential to fuel his body and mind so he can always give his peak performance in whatever he sets his sights on.
Right now, I'm on to maintain my fitness, calorie deficit, just to maintain my figure. So, right now, I'm set at 1,500 a day. Ako na bahala kung dadagdag ako o magbabawas ako. That's just for me to maintain a figure. And now, I do running around 6 times a week, 5-6 times a week. That's the first thing I do. I also do strength training to supplement the running. Kasi yun, para hindi ka ma-injure. Weight training din to maintain my figure. I do it maybe 4 times a week. After running, I go straight into the gym. I don't limit myself any kind of food. Like ito lang yung pwede kong kainin. I make sure to not deprive myself of anything. Basta lang na-maintain ko yung weight ko and not too much of anything as well.
And that is how Martin Javier stays on top of the game.
More running, definitely. That's what I've been doing. So later on this year, I'm joining the Chicago Marathon, which is another world major. But in my career, definitely, because I'm starting to cover more stories now, and hopefully a show. Hopefully, I don't know if that's possible, but it's not bad to manifest. Yeah. So hopefully a show at the end of the year and more brand work as well. Yeah.